Welcome to Hookup Baits Fishing. Join me in sharing the stoke of catching while learning how to use the versatile and very effective hookup baits on everything that swims. Alright, well, fishing is done. Now let's assess the damage on the Hobie Kayaks. So this one was brand new when we started the trip. Chris's was barely used, and we put him through hell. At where the tournament was, where we fished, was it 5 or 6 days? It was a rocky beach. So launching and landing on rock. One day where we had to launch through some pretty good surf and came into the beach pretty hot, but they survived that, no problem. And then on the rack, through many miles of off-road and lots of miles on the highway, they survived that just fine. Then the Ponga, survived the Ponga rides, 3 days on the Ponga. Survived that. One day on the regular 21-foot center console boat, it survived that. Now 2 days fishing this lagoon, which has probably been the nicest to it because it's a nice sandy beach launch. But pretty shallow, so we had, on the pedals you got to paddle a lot of sandy beaches where you just do that little short pumps, but the paddles or the Mirage drives handle that just fine. So hundreds upon hundreds of fish were on this deck this week. Still looking pretty good. A couple blood stains, but for amount of fish that came over this rail and into this kayak, pretty impressive. The Yak Attack boxes worked flawlessly. That box has not came off since we left San Diego. It's been there through all of it. Sticker got a little tore up right there, not a big deal. Rail's in good shape. Body looking good. Rudder's perfect. The big yak, the 13x13 Yak Attack box, perfect. This side. Still looks pretty brand new. I would say they're pretty dang durable. That's good. The Mirage sticker back there got a little scuffed up from the paddle. I think it's just going on the dirt road. That paddle is moving. It scuffed that Mirage sticker a little bit. There's dinner tonight. Mr. Corvina. So let's go up here to Chris's. He got his on the rack already. Look at the bottom. See how the bottom fared. Pretty clean. A little bit of scuff right there from being on the rack. So throughout the week, we didn't really pay attention to what side we're putting the kayaks on, just whatever side they ended up on. So you see the scuffs up above, that's from when it was on the other side of the rack. So a little bit of black scuff. Probably do a magic eraser, get rid of that. The rest of it's pretty normal wear and tear. And I think a lot of that, just the nose stuff, riding on the Ponga, then coming into that rocky beach. But still has a lot of life on these things for what we put them through the last week, 2 weeks. So, what do you think of the Hobie Lynx?
I love it.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm super stoked. I was pretty sure I was gonna love it, but I had not spent any time on the boat until we got it down here. I think for me, it's just another one that you want to add to your quiver.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've got pro anglers, I've got an inflatable iTrek, but I think this will be the boat that I would probably use more than any.
Yeah.
And mostly because of the portability. But it's every bit as stable as my pro angler. You know, you lose a little bit of storage, but it's not even an issue.
Yeah, the Yak-Attack boxes take care of that.
Box, exactly. If you wanted to put something on the front, you could stick something in a dry bag up there.
Yeah.
But no, stability, portability, just ease of use, super stable. I mean, we fished in some pretty stout winds down here, and you can pitch into the mangroves. I think end of the day,
easy to paddle. It's fast, it's nimble.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So and it's durable. We put it through hell.
No, it's been abused on this trip.
Yeah.
900 plus miles of Baja roads, plus pongas, plus dragging onto shore, plus when we were in La Paz during the tournament. The surf was pretty thumpy, so you were coming in pretty hot. I'm generally a pretty gentle guy on gear, but this thing got abused on this trip. And they look great.
They still have lots of life on them.
Absolutely.
So
there's a few scuffs that could just be kind of polished out a little bit with a little eraser, and I think they're good to go. And mine first day we're loading it after pre-fishing, we dropped it off the rack onto rock. Exactly.
And it sounded horrible.
It was a 5-foot drop
onto rock.
And similar to like a surfboard, we thought there'd be some stress cracks or something in that material.
It survived that just fine. And that was on the first day. I was like, there you go. Break my boat on the first day, but
no, super stoked. I'm adding one to my quiver for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep that one. I've been using. I like it a lot. So highly recommend the Hobie Lynx. And of course the pedal drives were flawless.
The barrage drive is the only way to go.
Always flawless. So cool deal. Well, there we go. We're gonna get loaded up and hit the road, heading back to San Diego. We got one camp. We're gonna drive about halfway back, or halfway almost to the border, a couple hours from the border, and then camp out basically the same beach that we camped out on the way down, and then go the rest of the way tomorrow. But this bay was pretty awesome. Hundreds upon hundreds of fish, as you guys seen. I like this place. I'll be back here too. You're back in the USA. Is there a song that says that?
But it's like Bruce Springsteen or something. I don't like it, so I'm not singing.
So made it across the border. It only took 45-50 minutes. Not too shabby.
It'll be faster when Chad finally gets a Sentry Pass.
I need a Sentry Pass. So overall, the travels all the way down to La Paz, to Mag Bay, to Laredo, to the Chris's Secret Lagoon, and then back. We've been on the road for 18 days and really no problems at all traveling all through Mexico.
I don't know. It's probably, I don't know if we even check mileage. Probably 1,500 miles?
At least. I mean, it's a lot of driving. And no problems at all. All the security checks, they waved us right through, asked us where we're going, where we came from. That's about it. And say, go ahead. Do I go on this road right here? This roundabout? 7? Yeah, we came in on the 7. No, that's, north. There we go.
Yeah, I think that'll take us to 111.
Yeah. So, no problems at all. No problems with police. No problems with the federales. Everyone was friendly. So, don't be scared to go to Mexico.
Fish were accommodating.
Mucho fish, mucho pescados. We got so many fish. So, it's a good trip. definitely we'll be doing it again. And
the Hobie Lynx
was definitely gonna bring the Hobie Lynx back down here. It was perfect kayak for this kind of traveling and fishing and everything else. It just handled everything.
Well, and I think for anybody who's like shopping for a boat, for a new boat, thinking about it, it's like a do-it-all kayak. It's really the only kayak you need for 99% of any type of fishing.
It goes on top of a card top. It goes on a rack. It goes anywhere. You can launch it by yourself very easily, and it's stable and it's durable, very fishable. So yeah, thank you Hobie Lynx. Thank you Ron at Fastlane for recommending the Lynx to us for this trip. This is the perfect recommendation. Also want to thank Akuma for supplying a couple of my rod and reel setups, and then Rapala, which sponsored Team USA.
Yak Attack.
Yak Attack. Yeah, definitely Yak Attack. Kokatat. Life jackets. I think that was about it. Yeah.
Railblazer.
Yeah, that's my rod holder, was a Railblazer this whole trip. So that's gonna conclude our Mexican adventure. Like I said, it's gonna be 4 or 5 different videos for this whole trip, so make sure to check them all out. See you guys.